So today I'm going to show you how I turned this $1 hoodie from Goodwill into this super cute Halloween hoodie. You want to see? For supplies, I used this Heat and Bond soft stretch, a marker, scissors, some orange fabric, a black t-shirt that I used for fabric, and my $1 hoodie. So the first step was to measure the size of the softball because I wanted to cover it up with a jack-o'-lantern. And fortunately, I had a lid that was the exact right size, so I drew the lid onto a piece of paper and I draw a pumpkin shape around that so I know for sure that it will absolutely cover up that softball. Then I cut it out because I absolutely want to make sure it is bigger than the softball, because there's nothing worse than getting to the very end and realizing you didn't make it the right size. I also didn't need to trace it out here. I don't know what I was thinking. Obviously, it's going to be easier just to cut out a big square, stick it down to the adhesive, and then cut it out. I did it wrong so many ways before I got it right. This is me testing it out in marker just to see what it looked like in case that would be an easier route, but I didn't love it. Now at this point, this is like my third or fourth try trying to figure out the face, and I finally figured out just stick down a big chunk and then draw out the face. It is much easier than attempting any other method. Trust me, I did it wrong like 4 different times. Now here is where we put the adhesive on the back, and I did this a couple of times before I realized to do it on parchment paper because the extra adhesive around the edges will stick to whatever's under it. And make sure you swap out the parchment paper for each piece you use because those little bits of adhesive can get stuck onto your next piece of fabric. And like I said, I did that 2 or 3 times before I realized what mistake I was making. And then I had to put the face on just as one last check to make sure it all fit on and looked nice. And then I lint rolled the hoodie to make sure there wasn't any fuzzies or anything that would get stuck to it that we didn't want. And here I am peeling off the backing so I can get this guy ironed down. You will set your iron on the highest cotton setting and then turn it on to steam mode, and then hold the iron down for 20 seconds until all of the edges are completely stuck down. Now it was a little bit of a battle to get all the backing off for the face, and I'm not gonna lie, I was really nervous about this part because I was just sure one of the pieces was going to crinkle under the iron and I wasn't going to notice, and it was going to end up on there crooked. So I didn't even push the iron around. I just sat it and held it down the whole time. And here I am just checking all of the edges to make sure I got it stuck down really well, really thoroughly, and I think I did a pretty good job. I did go back and get the corners of the smile just a little bit because I really didn't want his face to peel up at all. So what do you guys think? This was the original hoodie that I got on sale for $1 at Goodwill, and that's what I ended up with. How would you guys have upcycled this hoodie? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and feel free to stick around and watch something else.